everyone. I am Rebecca Rizzo, Director of Membership for the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce, and you have entered into your chamber today.
Hi there. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Diana Soto here with the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce. I want to give a special thanks to this week's sponsor, Memoria Films. Sean Daigle is offering a fantastic service. I can't wait till you hear from him on Thursday, so be sure to visit us again then. Now today, Rebecca and I won't be giving you the updates. We have a guest of honor, Joshua Bonner, our CEO and president, and he will be telling you everything that the chamber has been up to. Josh?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our special edition of Your Chamber Today. I'm Brandon Marley, the Director of Communications with the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce. And we have on today our Chamber CEO and President, Joshua Bonner. Josh, how are you doing?
Good. They let me out of the cave to talk to you guys for a little bit.
Well, we appreciate it, Josh. We just have a couple questions for you, get a little bit of update. We're going to start doing this once a month with Josh, so we're pretty excited about it. We'll just start it right off. What's the chamber focusing on currently?
Believe it or not, we actually have a pretty heavy event slate coming up. So our events have moved virtual, but we're still doing them. The Indio State of the City will be coming up in the next, I believe, 60 days or so. The La Quinta State of the City will be upcoming, Coachella. So we have quite a few of our State of the Cities. Of course, we're moving into what I like to call silly season. Most people call it political season. So that is another one as well. The Business Advocacy Committee has taken their position on the propositions that are on the state ballot. So that's been getting released. The committee is also looking at active legislation. I think so far they've taken a position on almost 50 bills that are before the State House right now. Of course, advocating on behalf of the business community there, staying in constant contact with Sacramento, our Director of Public Policy, Diana Soto, and also our Chief Policy Advisor, Patrick Swarthout, carry most of the water there. So they've been doing a lot of work on that. We have our candidate forums coming up. We have at least 5, I think, that we're hosting. We may have a 6th. But definitely La Quinta, Coachella, Indio, Desert Hot Springs, and Cathedral City. And so a very busy candidate forum coming up. We do that as a public service for the community. The chamber will be hosting those as well. And then, of course, separate from the chamber, but the GCV-CC PAC is also beginning its work as well, looking at candidates and doing the work that they do. So the chamber's been extremely busy. That's on top of doing the gym and the annual report and the Voice of Business magazine that's coming out and all the other stuff that we've got on the horizon over the next 90 days.
Thanks, Josh. And I know the community is really lucky that we're having the opportunity to put on all these, and they're getting to hear from both their current electeds and potential up and coming electeds as well. So another question for you. You are the vice chair of the Riverside County Economic Recovery Task Force and the co-chair of the Inland Empire Small Business Recovery Task Force. Can you give us an update on those groups and what's going on with the county, region, and state?
Yeah. Also the American Chamber Executives, Metro Cities Council, and the local Coachella Valley Recovery Task Force Council. I've got so many hats, I don't know what to do with them. But we know everyone's busy right now, right? So we're trying to stay on top of what's going on with COVID. The Riverside County Economic Recovery Task Force in particular has done a ton of work over the last 6 months, trying to work with the county. Of course, ultimately the county is responsible, but just trying to be sort of advisors on attestation plans and the things that they're working on. The county just on their own did the advocacy platform to try to see if we can reopen some businesses. The task force, of course, offered input where we could, but that was primarily their efforts. Right now, all eyes are on Governor Newsom tomorrow. We're hoping that we get some good news from him. We expect that he's going to announce some new benchmarkers for opening. We're hoping they'll be favorable to our county, and we can start to at least get back to where we were pre-July 4th, get our salons back open, get our service industry, get our restaurants, indoor dining back open, gyms, and whatever else they'll allow. So, we're very hopeful that we'll get some positive news tomorrow. On the Inland Empire Economic Recovery front, there's a coalition led by the Inland Empire Economic Alliance. They are looking at our partnership. They're looking at the sort of financial situation of the area as a whole. We met yesterday with Dr. Manfred Kyle. Dr. Kyle, of course, is a very noted economist in our area. He does the annual CVEP update. And, he had some good news and some bad news where as a region, which is the Riverside County, San Bernardino area, we're actually faring okay. I'm not going to say we're faring great. I don't think anyone's faring great right now. But we are doing okay relative to some of the other areas of the country. Our economy is primarily focused on 5 industries. 4 of the 5 are holding up pretty well. Of course, no surprise, the one that's hurting the most is the service industry, direct contact, business to business, and of course, to the extent that impacts tourism as well. And the unfortunate news for us, of course, is that's a huge part of the Coachella Valley economy, that one segment. So we are pushing hard and advocating hard to try to get those businesses back up and running for our local economy. So all in all, I think we're in a little bit of a lull right now. When the governor initially announced his dimming, as he called it, it was supposed to be 3 weeks. Of course, we've blown past the 3-week marker. But all of the benchmarks in the county are good for the most part. Hospitalization rates are way down. Bed capacity is great. The one area of concern right now is the number of tests. Overall, the county is not testing at quite the rate that they were. That's not the county's fault. People just aren't going to get tested. So we need to keep those testing numbers up because we're quite sure that's going to be one of the governor's metrics coming up. So that's something we would encourage people to do. But I think all in all, things are looking up, and we're hoping we can get some businesses open here pretty quick.
Great. And also to clarify for some people, this is being pre-recorded. So there may be some new information that's come out since we've recorded this video. Josh, and we wanted to ask, what do you think the economic outlook is as we sit today in the Valley?
Right now we got to get our tourism industry up and going. Some of that's a big part of that's Palm Springs Airport, air traffic. I know my friend Scott White and his team at CVB are working very hard. Trying to do what they can do to help impact that. We're trying to send the message that our businesses locally here in the Coachella Valley are operating in a safe manner. There's a great Take the Pledge campaign that I think over 600 businesses have signed up for, basically pledging to abide by the CDC and county and state guidelines, letting the public know that they're running a safe business. The more we can get that message out regionally, the drive markets during this winter, we're hoping will really keep us up. The Los Angeles, San Diego, Orange County, the folks that can drive in and take a staycation or come in over the weekend, that's really what we're looking for. And I think that's going to be a big part of it. If we can get our tourism back up, we're halfway there. Of course, it's no secret for the desert, the other half of the way is going to be the events. So, we've got our eye on next year, the music festivals, the tennis tournament. I think we're in a critical juncture right now. Where we're trying to see which direction COVID's going, what help science is going to be able to provide us. Hopefully there's a vaccine on the horizon. I think the administration has mentioned that they expect one by the end of the year. So these are all things we're watching. If we can get our events going next year, we'll really truly be back on a track to economic recovery, and that's where we're hoping to get.
Great, thanks, Josh. And any closing thoughts?
Just the chamber's dealing with a lot of stuff we didn't anticipate dealing with 6 months ago when the craziness all broke loose. But we're working hard every day on behalf of our members, whether that's keeping an eye on the state capitol, watching the propositions that are out there. There's some big props on the ballot this year. Prop 15, which could increase property taxes for commercial businesses, which of course will have a trickle-down effect to all retail, all establishments. They'll have to raise their rates in line with that. So that's a big one we're watching. The AB 5 that passed last year for contract workers is going to make its way to the state ballot as well. So there's a lot to keep an eye on there. Locally, we're doing everything we can to work with local elected leaders just to sort of send the message to them that we feel our business community is ready to open, that they're ready to operate in a safe manner. I think there was a Desert Sun article this weekend that addressed it. Some of the local electeds, are in the same camp as us, and I think some of the local electeds have some concerns. So we're trying to get those addressed as well. But if anyone has any questions of me, they can always reach out, call, write. I'm always happy to take any member of the community's questions or talk to them on the phone if I can. But yeah, just know that we're here working hard and serving you every day.
Well, thank you, Josh, and we appreciate you taking the time to talk to our members today. And we'll also make sure we share that link below to the pledge so all the businesses can get up and pledge for that.
Thank you, Josh. We're so grateful for everything that you do for the business community. Make sure that you guys tune in that we actually have a Zoom, a virtual lunch bunch that's taking place on Friday. So look for that on our social media.
Rebecca, thank you for that information, and Josh as well. It is a fantastic organization offering you so many updates. You know how to get a hold of us, right? You have the emails below. We have a phone number and a link. We're here to help you. This has been Your Chamber Today.
Bye.